Natural resources are reserves of wealth that come strictly from nature. Many people immediately think of diamonds, gold, or any other super expensive mineral. But natural resources are also things that we take for granted, like water, wood, and even the sunlight. All those elements have their importance when it comes to supporting life and meeting people's needs. As we all know, geography can be quite unfair sometimes. Some countries have lots of natural resources, while others simply do not. Today, we're going to talk about the lucky ones, the 5 countries with the most natural resources. Our top 5 starts with the Islamic Republic of Iran. Even though being the 17th country in terms of size, it's the 5th country on the planet when it comes to natural resources. With 1% of the world's population, it has more than 7% of the world's minerals. These include iron ore, copper, salt, gold, and more. It's also the 6th largest producer of barite, which is often used in oil drilling. Besides all those fancy minerals, we cannot forget about Iran's golden goose, natural gas. In terms of gas reserves, Iran is the 2nd in the world. If we talk about production, it's the 3rd. Iranians export natural gas by pipeline to Turkey, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Iraq. The Islamic Republic is also the 7th in the world regarding oil production. And believe it or not, I ran all this data by myself. That's the part where you guys laugh. Canada is huge, so it makes sense that our overly polite friends are a natural resources superpower. Just so you guys have an idea, Canada is bigger than all Middle Eastern countries combined. Its resources, just like the geography, are vast. Canada has 12.3% of the global market share when it comes to wood exportation, lumber being the main type of wood product they export. The North American country is the main global producer of potash, which is primarily used in fertilizers to support plant growth, increase crop yield, and disease resistance, and enhance water preservation too. Good guy, Canada. Our friends also have a huge amount of fresh water on their land. Having the most lakes in the world, Canada has approximately 2,902 cubic kilometers of fresh water. That makes it the 4th country with the most drinkable water on the planet. And last, but definitely not least, Canadians are great at producing and exporting oil. They have the 3rd largest oil reserves in the world and the world's 4th largest oil production, and also the 4th largest exportation. And we have the 2nd Arab country on our list now. In Saudi Arabia, there are 3 main natural resources: oil, oil, and oil. The oil industry constitutes about 45% of Saudi Arabia's nominal gross domestic product. The Islamic country is the biggest oil producer per capita in the world, frequently being called the petro state by Western media. In a single day, Saudi Arabia produces over 11 million barrels of petroleum a day. A single barrel is equivalent to 42 gallons or 159 liters. Even though oil is the main economic activity, Saudi Arabians have more to offer too, like minerals and natural gas. The United States is currently the most powerful country on the planet. Much of that has to do with the abundance of natural resources Americans have on their land. The US shares lots of similarities with its neighbor Canada. Both have large land masses, abundant fresh water, 2 coasts, bad beer, and hypercaloric meals that will kill you in 10 years. But the main difference pops out when we look at arable land. America has a significantly larger amount of good and arable soil. In the States, you can grow pretty much everything: corn, soybeans, cotton, potatoes, and tomatoes, and more. Besides being a country with lots of good soil, America has lots of riches underground as well. In 2020, it was the 4th country in coal and gold production. But these are not the most valuable things Americans have underground. They have that Texas tea as well. America is the number 1 country when it comes to producing oil. It's safe to say that the United States isn't the richest country on the planet for nothing. With a complete matrix of natural resources, America does stand out. Besides being the biggest country on the planet, Russia is also the country with the most natural resources. Most of those resources are purely energetic. Having the largest gas reserves in the world, Mother Russia is responsible for providing gas to most countries in Europe. Or used to be. The country also holds the 2nd largest coal reserves. It goes without saying that Putin plays a major role in global energy and resource markets. However, energetic resources are not the only thing they have to offer. Siberia forests, by themselves, contain an estimated 1/5 of the world's timber. Even though Russia has that much wood, it's only the 5th country that exports the most timber. Oil is something abundant there too. Having the 8th largest petroleum reserves on Earth, Russians won't be lacking any of that black gold soon. Thank you for watching, man. And if you like what I do here, I would appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Take care.